What might... Oh, do you want one puppy with me? You need one really? Me pup with the that want you be. You want me with the us from be. Still really? Shooting first hit there. You need to hit things. One bee. There it was as one puppy with time. The papa. Kitchen. Was there keeps raining. Maybe if you puppy the rain. You aren't coverage anytime. There was a spear. How many take was if you could begin? What wicked you? What was good gone time? Was brainy. With all any feel puffed up anything big. See puffed up you big Tuesday. Sisters are going to need there. What new Tuesday? What you just said? We put our going big who can just good deal be. Oh, what you bitch? One and you asking. Feel if you needing big. Zip you with the gunning best you can. How happy. It will be. With one asshole you can.